Hello, welcome to Soundtrap tutorial video number 5. You should make sure that you have completed Soundtrap tutorial videos number 1 through 4 before continuing on into this video. In this video, we're going to learn about musical sections. Now, you've probably heard terms like verse and chorus and bridge when referring to pop songs or other songs like that. And those are ways to identify different sections of music. In our class, we're going to use letters. So we'll identify sections with, the first section would be A, the second section will be B, the third section will be C, then D, then E, then F, and so forth. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 examples of an A section followed by a B section, and I'm going to hope to communicate to you how to make sections that make musical sense. What is a musically intelligent section? The first example I have here sounds like this. So you could clearly hear the change from the A section to the B section. That happened right here. Again, Soundtrap is a very visual platform, so you can see the change happen as well. All of the loops stop right there. So how do you make 2 sections that sound similar or that sound related? The A section is here and the B section is over here. How do you make them musically intelligent? The first way that you can do it is by simply staying within the same style of music. So if I'm looking at styles of music, I'm looking at R&B, I'm looking at pop, I'm looking at jazz, EDM, rock. There's a couple other ones that are hidden in here. Funk comes to mind, metal comes to mind. But you can find loops that are all created in a certain style of music, and you can sort of play with those loops. That's sort of a broad idea. Let's zoom into the drum line here and see how I chose these drums that sound familiar. The button I just clicked is called the solo track. You can click on it to only hear one track at a time. So let's turn the volume up, and this is what the drum line sounds like. Okay, so 2 drum parts that sound pretty similar. The first loop is called basic verse number 1, and the second loop is called basic verse number 4. What I did is I went into the library and I chose a drum loop that has a lot of different variations. When you have these numbers of loops, it's essentially sort of the same sound, the same style of instrument playing, just in maybe a different rhythm pattern or a different riff, so on and so forth. So choosing these kinds of loops really help you make musically smart choices when building B sections, or C or D or E or F for that matter. Okay, so this is one example of a rock sound, of an A section and a B section. Again, I did the same thing for Black Rust, where I chose Black Rust 2, and then I did Black Rust 4, so really closely related here. For piano, I didn't have the option to do that. Piano Purple is sort of a unique track, so I had to use my ear and just find a piano sound that I felt sounded good and fit. Yeah. So all I did here was had to listen to a couple of different loops and find a piano sound that I think fit our sections. Okay, so that's one example of an A section followed by a B section. Let's go over here. I have a second example for you. This is a hip-hop. This uses hip-hop tracks. And again, you can probably see where the B section starts right here. But just looking at this, you see over here from measure 20 up until measure 28. These measures right here, this is the A section, and then 28 over to here would be the B section. You can see that the drum line, or the drum loop rather, that extends. It's the same loop all the way through the A and the B section. That's okay. Um, that's okay. It's sort of connecting the two in a better way. The bass line and the piano part change. Let's give a listen to what this sounds like. I like that. You can hear a definite change between the A section and the B section, but it's still related because it all stays in sort of the hip hop world. All the loops were chosen with the hip hop tag. And something else that helps to sort of connect the two sections is the use of the drum line throughout, or the same drum loop throughout those two. Okay, so those are two examples of A sections and B sections that are musically intelligent. They sound good together. They come from the same style, and when you hear them, they sound like they make musical sense. Let's listen to a third example here. In this one, you can see where the B section starts right here on measure 45. And I want you to listen to the difference between the A section right here and the B section right here. So already you can hear it starts off with a very sort of electronic sound. Sounds very robotic. Sounds like maybe some kind of techno or EDM song. That does not sound techno or EDM. Those are all jazz tracks. And while the two aren't mutually exclusive, it's really hard to fit these two kinds of styles together with such an abrupt change. Am I saying it's impossible? Of course not. You can mix and match anything you want in music, but it has to be done with some finesse, and it has to be done with a little bit more care than what was done here. What you have here is an abrupt change from an A section to a B section. That's also a very jarring move in styles. You're going from sort of a techno sound to a jazz sound. And it's really not tastefully done. It is not musically intelligent. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of musical sense. So hopefully this helped enlighten you about how to create an A section and a B section. Your Soundtrap checkpoint for today is to do just that. You are going to have to create 8 measures of an A section followed by 8 measures of a B section. These 8 measures, these 16 measures should be musically intelligent, and you want to make sure that they stay in the same style. And that's all you have to do.